All right, we're recording.
All right. Hey, Michael.
Steve.
So, hey, I know you and I have been playing around with this new feature, we're going to call it. And real quickly, it's called the Money Machine, and it's built off of our new platform, as you can see, the Market Scope 3000. But what's different this time is, if you'll notice, this is a tree map of the today's biggest gainers, and I'm sorting here by the last change in the 30 minutes by percent. And look at this, 5,000 shares. So it's basically, what if I was always in the top three positions as they moved around? As one jumped up, one drops off, and kind of an automated process. And right now, this is only 10 minutes old. I mean, I just turned this on. If I hit refresh, this will reset. Um, but also 5,000 shares. That's rather rich. Those are hedge fund type numbers. And this is also a very volatile tree map. These are the change in the last 30 minutes. These are the things that are really, really moving. What if you wanted to just do something simple like mirror the S&P? Well, we can do that over here on this tab. And I'm using the same metrics, 5,000 shares per symbol. And you can see it's a lot slower. It's not as manic. And this is the unique thing that, but this money machine overlay on all of our existing features is really kind of an interesting thing to look at. And so $1,700 in the last 10 minutes. Now, obviously, 5,000 shares per symbol is very rich for anybody's blood. So what we do is we just go over to our settings. And in our settings, we have this information panel, and we can, let's see, the site preferences is right here. I can change my simulated money machine from 5,000 shares. Let's just go to maybe $5,000. This is probably a lot more like people would be doing on their own. And if we go back to Market Scope 360, you can see we have refreshed. And now we're doing a small 87 shares, 54 shares, 742 shares. And the P&L is much more tame. We can move over to the uh, biggest gainers today, and we can do the same thing as well. We can reset those. Now, let me just say, this is a feature that's brand new. It's coming out this week. You're going to see a lot about it. And there's many ways in which you can apply this. Now, be aware that it'll be an add-on for everybody's feature for at least a month or so, and then it's going to move to premium only. And this is the first question I know everybody is going to ask: how can I trade this? Well, that is the design down the road, and I'm talking next year. So, in your guys' mind, maybe next year we're going to have the ability for people to auto trade these names, because if something's moving quickly, obviously it's kind of hard to be manual. So the end goal is to get this into an auto trade format, which means us here at Trade Ideas, we're going to be testing in simulation mode just to see how well this works before it gets turned on the public. But we want to unleash the concept to you. We've built the just what we think is the boss level feature, combining everything that we have together and then putting it to work. How do I make money off this? Well, if you're always in the top three names, you're always going to be doing well. And before I ask you your thoughts, Michael, I just wanted to show you something. You can go to um, different channels here. Momentum waves is one. Things that are gapping down, and you could try to mirror what's gapping down on the day instead of what's going up. So I guess what I'm showing you is you don't have to be a long only player. There are many strategies up here where you could basically isolate a gap down strategy and short new lows. Um, the possibilities are endless, but this is literally the first pitch of the first inning. We're here to just kind of demonstrate what's coming to you guys. We're very excited about it, and I'm just get your thoughts on it, Michael, since you've been playing with it for a while.
Yeah, so as someone who's coming from this is a little bit more more of a quant, right? A lot of what I do is systematic in nature. I read a lot of studies about trading in the market, and one thing that comes up very, very frequently is the concept of some sort of a relative strength rotation, right? The ability to, if I keep my portfolio in the strongest stocks out there from a daily standpoint, weekly standpoint, monthly, whatever it is, generally speaking, it's not insanely difficult over the long run to outperform the market just by, hey, show me the stocks that are at their 52-week highs, and I'm going to keep buying those names. And as soon as they drop out of that relatively strong section, I'm going to sell them and I'm going to replace them with something else, right? This idea of relative rotation trading, if anyone wants to look it up. So by constantly staying in the strongest type names, you're going to outperform the market. There's an old saying, if you want to own the strongest name in the market, just go buy the strongest name in the market. So the idea behind this is trying to take this down to an intraday standpoint, where as opposed to stocks that are making new 52-week highs and holding those for days, weeks, months until they drop out of that, what if we do this on a shorter term and more intraday time frame? So what you end up getting is you end up getting the strongest stocks that are happening that day from wherever you're picking there, Steve, right? So you're doing a change from 30 minutes. That's going to be really, really fast. If you click on that little drop down, you could do change from the open and say, hey, I just want to be in the strongest names that are change from the open. And I'm just going to trade those. And you can kind of curtail your speed, whether it's something that you want to have update very fast or you want to update a little bit slower. But the idea is that, again, if this name is the strongest name in the market, it's the strongest name in the market for a reason. People are buying it. It won't always be that way. But instead of trying to micromanage and nitpick setups, I'm going to buy this when this crosses and I'm going to sell it when it does this. It's a different way to look at trading where it's just saying, I'm going to just buy the strongest three names. And when one drops out of that ranking and is replaced by another one, I'm going to sell the one that dropped out and I'm going to buy the new one in. So a lot of literature, a lot of published information from the longer term time frame. So what we're doing for you guys, we're trying to bring this into the shorter term time frame, and we're excited to help have you guys test this with us.
Before we end the video, I just want to point out you saw that I refreshed from 30 minutes to change from the open. It waddled around a little bit, red to green, and then it pretty much went green pretty quickly. And there's a downtick. But what I have noticed is it doesn't take long usually for it to kind of right the ship and find those green trades again. So this is step one. Like we said, step two is we're going to be testing this internally. And
Mhm.
step three, once we realize how the slippage in the real world trading goes, which we are very excited to see, it will be unleashed in the year 2025. Watch out for it very early, maybe in January. We'll see.
Yes, very excited. And if, again, it's going to be part of a Trade Ideas subscription for a period of time, and eventually it's going to then be pushed up to the premium side of the product. And the idea is that to keep um, slippage down, we need to kind of make this an exclusive club. So, depending on what we see out there, we're going to be, tightening that ship. So make sure you're getting in early so you can give it a shot. You can play with it a little bit and be part of, again, as we said, be part of our testing, give us feedback. All that kind of stuff is fantastic. So all right, Steve, excited about it, and I will talk to you soon.